Well, Netflix in the early days, we're talking about the late 90s, was terrified that it was going to go out of business. They were they were mailing DVDs, and it was very expensive to do that, so they weren't making any money. And Blockbuster was this colossus. And so Reed Hastings, the founder of Netflix, gets on an airplane, goes to Dallas to try and convince Blockbuster to come together and partner in some way. Ultimately, what he really wanted was for Blockbuster to buy Netflix and for Netflix to be their long-range online arm, because he knew one day you would be delivering television over or video over the internet, and Blockbuster could have its stores, but he thought the stores would be in decline, as in fact happened. Blockbuster, in retrospect, stupidly declined to invest in Netflix. And within a couple of years, Netflix had basically helped destroy Blockbuster. Blockbuster was an old technology. You went to a video store to rent a video. Most of the top 20 movies were already out of stock because people had rented them. So there's a lot of frustration. And Netflix was basically, get what you want when you want it, and knew that they would move away from the DVD business to the download video business. So you could watch as many, you could never run out of stock. I think it's very accurate to compare Netflix to a book, and I think that's part of the forward vision that Hastings had. If you think about the way what Netflix has done with what has come to be called binging, it basically replicates a book, because it basically says, you want to watch House of Cards or Orange is the New Black, you don't have to wait and watch it at 10 o'clock on Friday nights or 8 o'clock on Thursday nights. You can watch it whenever you want. And by the way, you don't have to watch commercials. And by the way, which means the show is longer. And by the way, you don't have to watch a single episode. You can watch multiple episodes. Watch it as long as you want. Eat as much as you want. Just as when you read a book. You want to read more than one chapter, you read more than one chapter. So the analogy is apt, and I think he was smart about that. Blockbuster had the resources, and had it been smart enough to go online, invest some of those resources to go online, they would have decimated Netflix. Blockbuster was, its ownership didn't want to spend the money. They were engaged in battles with Carl Icahn, a potential takeover effort on his part. And they suffered the classic innovator's dilemma, which was they basically said, we have a good existing business with these thousands of video stores. Why should we disrupt it for a maybe business, the online world that may never pan out? And let's stick to the knitting, keep to the knitting. And that's what they did, and they lost the knitting.